What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the number one biggest opportunity in Airbnb management that no one is seeing and no one is talking about. I see so many people flocking to major metro areas, the Orlandos, the San Diegos, the Austin, Texases of the world, where there's a lot of demand for short-term rental properties, understandably, but I'm seeing a huge, massive opportunity that is virtually untapped, that is absolutely ripe with opportunity for you to build a six-figure Airbnb business managing other people's properties without having to buy, rent, or furnish any properties at all. So if that's something you're interested in, then you're going to want to stick around for this video. Now, if you are interested in earning a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb, then you're definitely going to want to check out the link in the description down below for a free training on how to do exactly that. This is something I've been doing for years now. I built a six-figure property management company managing other people's properties on Airbnb without having to start with any money invested into rent, furniture, security deposits, buying properties, nothing. And so if you want to do that too, and you want to replace your full-time income and run a business that allows you to have real freedom and control over your time and your location, I highly, highly recommend. I honestly believe this is one of the best businesses for any newbie to start out with. And because it just doesn't have any risk associated with, capital, investing time, investing money, everything else. Yes, you're going to invest your time, but you're not going to be putting in your money. And so that's a really big advantage, and it provides consistent monthly cash flow. So honestly, from all the different business opportunities out there, if you're getting started, this is one of the best ones in my opinion to get started with. So if you want to learn how to do that, you want to learn how to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb, then you definitely want to check out the link in the description down below. Check out that training. It is completely free. I'm going to walk you through everything step by step. I've worked with over 600 students now, helping them to do this. So you can do it too. Just check out the link in the description down below. That said, let's talk about this massive opportunity that is sitting right in front of us. And it is called rural cottage properties, rural cottage areas. This opportunity is massive. And so what I've seen is that consistently people are focusing on major metro areas and thinking that's where the opportunity is. Just go on Google and do a quick search for yourself for short-term rental or Airbnb or vacation rental management in San Diego, Orlando, Miami, any of these major vacation destinations or these main metropolitan areas, and you'll find that you'll get some search results. Then if you go to Smoky Mountains, for example, you'll see you get some search results as well because people know there's a really big boom there in that one more rural area. But if you go to almost any other rural area where there's properties that are consistently doing $100,000, $150,000 a year, there just aren't really good options there for property management. Take, for example, the market that I'm investing in, that I'm buying properties in right now, the Kawartha Lakes area, just north of Toronto. If I look for a property management company in that area, I'm left with maybe two options, and neither one of them even list properties on Airbnb. They're these archaic, old functioning property management companies that believe in word of mouth and don't understand Airbnb or VRBO or these incredible platforms that are built to get better booking rates. And so the options are really limited. The services they offer are pretty terrible. The returns you'll get are pretty awful. No one in their right mind is actually going to hire one of those companies to manage their properties. So if someone were, for example, to start a property management company managing other people's properties on Airbnb in that Kawartha Lakes area, I can tell you right now, they'd have a few properties to manage, right? Because there's all kinds of people that are doing what I'm doing and buying properties to use as investment, as short-term rentals in that area, and there just aren't property managers in that area to serve them really well. And this is the case in all kinds of areas all around the world, especially around North America in these more rural cottage type markets. So upstate New York, if you look at like the Muskoka area around Toronto, if you look at areas around national parks, you look at Yosemite, you look at all these other more rural places, and properties in those areas are consistently doing $100,000 to $150,000 a year if you look at the right properties of the right size, that kind of thing. And so that means that for you as a property manager, if you're earning a 20% commission on all of the booking revenue, that means you're easily clearing $20,000 to $30,000 a year per property. Let that sink in. With 3 properties, you could be at $90,000 a year if they're the right listings. And in these areas, those right listings are not super uncommon. The other thing about these major metro areas is that properties will do well on short-term rental, but because properties tend to be a lot smaller in major metro areas, they don't perform as well when you look at the gross booking revenue, right? It's just going to be tough to get a condo in downtown Toronto to perform any better than $4,000 or $5,000 a month. And don't get me wrong, $4,000 or $5,000 a month for a condo is amazing. That's great. But condos are expensive, so the returns from an investing standpoint aren't that great. And $5,000 a month is literally half of what you could do with a larger property in a more rural area. And so that means that you're going to do the same amount of work to manage that condo as you would for the larger property, but earn half as much money in management fees. It's a total no-brainer. If I were to start my property management company over again, I would be looking at some of those more rural areas with larger properties where there's not as much management to do. There's just as much management to do, but not as much management for the management fees that you're getting. And so I have a few students that are now operating in these types of markets and getting really fantastic returns, and they're able to get to a 6-figure income with way fewer properties. Imagine having just 4 or 5 properties in your portfolio that you're managing and being able to earn a full-time 6-figure income from doing that. That is literally the reality if you operate in the right area with the right properties. So again, this opportunity is really, really massive. It used to be that these rural areas didn't perform as well, and they would still do okay, but they just wouldn't do absolutely phenomenally like they're doing right now. Whereas right now, these rural areas are doing incredibly well because so much more local tourism and travel is happening. And so the people are just flocking to them. People don't want to travel as much internationally anymore, or they can't travel as much internationally anymore. And so they're looking to more local and more domestic travel. As a result, these areas are booming. Property values are still staying relatively the same. Yes, they've been increasing, but not proportional to the amount of income they can generate. So investors are flocking to these areas. Vacation home or cottage investors, people that want to have a second home, are flocking to these areas. There's all kinds of people buying up these properties to use as short-term rentals, and there's a real lack of people actually servicing those people, managing the properties, managing the cleaning teams, managing guest communication. Again, if you want to learn exactly how to do it and what all a property manager does, all that detail and more is going to be included in our step-by-step training that's linked in the description down below, completely free. It'll walk you through exactly how to earn a full-time income managing other people's properties on Airbnb. And again, this really is a fantastic time to get started. It is an incredible opportunity. And so if you got value from this, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know by hitting that like button. It really does help me out to get this in front of more people. I know you might want to be keeping this to yourself, but it would really help me if you get this in front of more people, because trust me, there is more than enough opportunity to go around. And I really want to help more people with this and help get more people earning an income from Airbnb, because it's such a phenomenal way to run a business. So again, if you're interested, link is in the description down below for that free training. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, anything you want to share, just let me know in the comment section down below. And last but not least, make sure you subscribe. I know a bunch of you guys watch these videos and don't subscribe. Take a second right now, pause the video if you need to. Make sure you just hit that subscribe button, even just gently, just give it a little tap. Get subscribed to the channel, because I post 2 new videos every single week on this channel, trying to bring you as much value as possible, showing you the ropes of short-term rentals and how to make a great income from them. So with all that said, I hope you had a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.